Hello and welcome to part 11 of my devlog series for my game Crisis Arcana. Now since last week I've mainly just been focused on bug fixing and adding little features, so it's not gonna look like there's been too many additions to the game. I've managed to finish adding in icons for all the spells, as well as adding in their mana cost cooldowns and a description of all the unlockable ones. I then worked on my level design for the room world and added in much more detail into how the rooms actually connect up, as well as making it so the health of the enemies and the loot which they drop depends on what level the player is, or what level through the game the player is on. So the further they get in a run, the more rewards they will get, but the harder the enemies they face will be. I did a few more features and I'm going to go through them right now, so hope you enjoy. I started by designing graphics and images for each of the 30 spells. There's only 12 spells which the player can cast, but I still designed images for all the other ones, the unlockable little extra abilities. With the abilities now having images, they showed up properly in the hotbars, although I'm not too keen on the hotbars being there yet. I might move them to above the experience bar, but I'm unsure yet. I'm going to have to do a bit of experimenting around with it. After that, I just went through all of the Magic School pages just to make sure all the descriptions and the names of the spells and the images all showed up in the right place. At some point I do need to go back and update the UI for the school screen, such as the buttons for +1, +5, +10 souls and back. As well as I just want to make little separators look nice. I want to mess around with it. I want to add to it at some point and make it look better. I then moved on to making a quick change to how the rooms decide which walls to spawn in. There used to just be a selection of 6 to 8, which would spawn in different locations, and whilst there still is only 6 to 8, I added in an extra little function which first determines what rotation the walls will spawn at. By having the walls spawn at different rotations, it allows for more variation in the level layout and the room layouts, which I'm kinda happy with. At some point I want to add in some couple more variations or layouts of where the walls can spawn, just to add further variation. I next focus on improving the AI of the enemies. How the AI's movement works for me, I use something called A-star pathfinding, and what this does, it allows me to create a grid and then assign objects of which the grid will look out for. The grid will then create a map of all the objects or paths the zombies or the enemies can take in order to get round all the obstacles and get to me. However, I found sometimes based on the amount of rooms that would spawn, they would spawn outside of this grid. Now I couldn't just set the grid to be a set size because I didn't know how big the map's going to be due to the random spawning, and I didn't want it to use up valuable processing power. Now, if an enemy spawns outside of a grid, then the enemy is unable to chase down the player due to not having a grid to follow and to set its destination. So to help make sure the grid was the right size, I had the computer record the locations and coordinates of every single room as they are added in. Once all the rooms are added in, it looks for the furthest out room and then sets it so the grid size is as far out as that room, meaning that all rooms will be encompassed by the grid. Now I've got a program where it adds in all the rooms, and no matter the size or layout of the rooms, the grid always fills up to encompass all of them. With the grid now matching the size of the playable location, i.e. where all the rooms are at, I decided to combat the fact that the enemies will instantly start going after the player as soon as the game starts. It means that when the player was loaded in, enemies from across the entire map will start heading towards the player. I didn't want this. So I set simply so the moment the player enters a room or breaks the door into a room, any enemy in that room will start targeting the player. It's a small change which I've done, but I believe this way is a lot better than the old way. I then started to deal with some of the spawning issue with the rooms, and by this I mean I found sometimes when the rooms would spawn in, they would spawn in and not have a door leading out to them into a room where that room has a door leading into the other one. I.e. a wall would just be there, like the doors would lead into a wall, and I didn't want this from my game. I wanted all the doors to actually lead somewhere. To fix this I made a simple adjustment which made it so if a door collides with a wall when it spawns, then that bit of wall will be destroyed, meaning that every set of doors now leads into rooms. I made a quick little change to the player's bullets or what it looks like, and then I decided to work on the enemy's health, i.e. I've now added in that the enemy's health and damage actually bases off the level. So as you can see from this, the zombie I am now killing is taking a lot longer to kill because it's a lot stronger as I'm on a much higher level. I also made it so the loot that drops is determined by the level of the world the player is on. At higher levels, the more rewards and more loot will be rewarded. And that concludes, well, today's everything I've added since so far. As I said, there wasn't really anything major I'd added to the game, it's just lots of more polishing and tweaking to make it better and better. I do plan on for next week to actually be adding in the world bosses at the end as well as the tutorial, but we'll see how much I manage to get done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're enjoying the little devlogs I'm doing to keep progress of how the game's coming. I aim for it to be released actually maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks from now, so as I said, I need to get back, head down, get back to working, and I hope I get to see you in my next video when I release, which should be in a week or so. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like or even subscribe. Or if you're be a legend, leave some feedback. I'll respond to every comment and I'll happily appreciate all of it. So, anyway, I'm sorry to lose it. My voice is really going today, to be honest. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful time and I hope to see you next time. See you all later. Bye.